White, he has the latest on the storm's position, Michael, as well as what we're expecting in our immediate area.
Well, Eric, it's getting closer and closer to that Louisiana coastline. In fact, it should make landfall late this afternoon and early this evening. But we've mentioned all morning that the big hazard we were going to face, besides coastal flooding and some minor storm surge, would be the risk of tornadoes. And a tornado watch has been issued until 5 o'clock this afternoon. It includes Mobile and Baldwin counties, as well as George and Jackson counties. So for those 4 counties, a tornado watch exists until 5 this afternoon. The risk of tornadoes will continue since we are in the northeast quadrant of Cristobal. Checking the radar out, there's several spots right now that are dry as a bone. Most of the rain has been south of Interstate 10, which really are the spots that have needed it the most because of the drought we've seen this past spring. And some of the heaviest rain right now is falling just north of Dauphin Island. Here's Fort Morgan. You got big rains in the Bay, Alabama Port, and just south of Biola Battery, getting a huge downpour of rain that's lifting its way to the north. These heavy rain bands are also a big hazard that we are going to face as a result of Tropical Storm Cristobal. Now, for those of you who've been on the Gulf Coast a long time, we've seen systems a lot stronger than Cristobal. The maximum sustained winds with this are at 50 miles per hour. It's just to the south of New Orleans. It's not going to become a hurricane, and it really isn't expected to become much stronger than it is right now. But the problem is that we are in that northeast quadrant, which is where you don't want to be. You get a good amount of rain, which we want, but you notice that tornado watch box located in red. The 4 counties in our area, Mobile, Baldwin, George, and Jackson counties included in that till 5 o'clock. We've seen several tornado warnings go off earlier this morning. We may have more this afternoon as water spouts move from offshore to onshore, and you can have isolated tornadoes popping up on their own in the wraparound feeder bands from Cristobal. So we'll have to keep following this very carefully, but it's moving fast. That's the good news. It's moving to the north at 12 miles per hour. The maximum sustained winds are at 50. And it will work its way onshore later today. Now, by tonight, 7 o'clock, the wind speeds are still projected to be at 50 miles an hour, but the tornado threat for us should be over with. The reason why, we will no longer be in the northeast quadrant. We will be parallel to the location of Cristobal. Once you're parallel to it, the tornado threat fades away. It's only when you're to the northeast of these systems do you have an issue with tornadoes popping in. But by tonight, that risk should subside. And by tomorrow morning, we'll have Cristobal located right on the Arkansas state line as a tropical depression. So it will weaken fast, it will move out fast, but it's going to leave us with muggy, humid air and decent rain and storm opportunities for the next several days. We'll keep updating you on Cristobal on Fox 10 News Now, as well as on all of our social media pages throughout the day. Eric?
Thanks, Michael. Definitely a rainy Sunday ahead for all of us. Now, even though Cristobal has not made landfall yet along the Gulf Coast, we are seeing some impacts, though, from the storm. And many of you are sending in your video that you've shot. And Chelsea Sayasan is here with a look at some incredible video. Chelsea?
Yeah, Eric, that's right. So with Tropical Storm Cristobal comes water spouts. So Cliff Cagle sent this in. This was this morning about 8:30 a.m. between 9 a.m. Now, it was in front of the Lighthouse condos at East Beach Boulevard and Gulf Shores. Check this out, y'all. This is incredible. So, of course, we are seeing a lot of those on our beaches today. You'll definitely want to be aware of that. Again, double red flag. So you cannot get in the water, but a lot of folks are out on their condos, out on their houses, sending us video. Again, if you have any video of any damage or you see anything that comes with this tropical storm, please send it in on our Fox 10 News Facebook page. We would love to air it. So again, thank you so much, Cliff, for sending this. We'll keep you updated and show you more video to come. Eric?
Thanks, Chelsea. Definitely some incredible video there. Now, as Tropical Storm Cristobal continues to churn in the Gulf of Mexico, folks, of course, along the Gulf Coast are preparing. Asha Staples joins us live this morning from Dauphin Island, where she's been out there for a few hours. And Asha, how are things looking now? Earlier, you had some flooding on the roadways already.
Yeah, Eric, I can imagine the flooding has gotten even worse. We've been here for the past few hours, like you mentioned, and the rain has gotten heavier, and it's not let up since we last checked in with you guys about 2 hours ago. The winds have picked up significantly as well as that rainfall. So I'm going to turn the camera outside of our truck. You can see Lynn's is completely wet and full of rain. Try to wipe it off for you really quickly. There we go. But you can see those high waves, rough surf, of course. We know that there were some people that were out yesterday enjoying this weather, the high waves and stuff, but we know that the beach access is closed, so we don't need anyone to be outside. Surprisingly, we've seen a lot of people driving past this area, just kind of, you know, being those nosy neighbors and seeing what this storm is bringing in and producing. But you can see it is definitely causing a lot of mess out here. Rain has steadily fallen for the past 2 hours. As I mentioned, the wind has picked up, so we're trying to keep dry and safe. So we are here on the east end of the island. Our last live shot about 2 hours ago, we were on the west end. That's where you saw all of that heavy road flooding. So again, I can imagine how much worse it has gotten throughout the morning and with these heavier rains. Mayor Jeff Collier did say that the flooding and the sand on the roads was one of their biggest concerns with this storm. So they did prepare residents and visitors in the area with sandbags and to have access to them as they needed it. And they also have Dauphin Island PD officers driving around and monitoring the area, making sure people are staying safe if they are out on the roadways. But if you don't have to go anywhere, I would just suggest you know, do a little Netflix and chill and stay at the house. But we're going to check back in with you guys in the next hour or so and let you know how things start to calm down or pick back up. For now, reporting live on Dauphin Island, Asha Staples, Fox 10 News.
Asha, thank you very much. Definitely keeping those windshield wipers busy there. Of course, a rainy day ahead for all of us here along the coast. And as Asha mentioned, if you are thinking about going out to some of these areas right along the shore, you might want to just wait and watch it here on Fox 10. Now, we'll continue to bring you updates on Tropical Storm Cristobal at the top of the hour each hour this morning. And we'll see you here back at 11 a.m. I'm Eric Reynolds.